Hi class, welcome to lesson 4.5b. I know 4.5a was long, but this is the shorter version. This time we are going to work backwards. We are going to be working on writing polynomial equations given the roots. Okay, so have your notes ready for the second part of lesson 4.5b. Here we go. Into some vocab. So before, we would have to factor, and then we set each factor equal to 0 to solve for our roots or our solutions. This time, they're going to give us the roots. So the answer is given, and we're going to work backwards and write our equation. Okay, so for this first example, it says write a quadratic equation. So we know it's going to be a quadratic. It's going to be something with x squared, and the roots are 3 and -5. So we're going to write our answer. Our answer is x equals 3. So remember in the first part of lesson 4.5a, you had to write it as a group. So if you had to write it in parentheses, what would it look like before my answer equals 3? So that would be x minus 3. Because if I solve this, my answer is equal to positive 3. Same thing here. The answer is x equals -5. So inside the factor or the group, you should see x plus 5. So if you want to work backwards, it's going to be the opposite. Now, we have our two factors. Let's put them side by side, and we are working backwards. So we need to multiply this out, and we'll stretch it out and get a polynomial. If you still need to draw a box to help you multiply, please do so. Last time when we multiplied in lesson 4.2, we would draw a box depending on the size. This is a 2 by 2, so I draw my 2 by 2, and we have an x and a -3 and an x and a positive 5, and then multiply carefully. X times x times a -3, 5 times x, and 5 times -3. And then you want to add like terms. I can see 5x and a -3x are like terms, so you can add those together, and you get a positive 2x. So our polynomial is going to be x squared plus 2x minus 15 equals 0. We want to be specific. It does say equation, so let's make sure it's set equal to 0. And that's it. So we're going to practice a few more just to have good examples, but that's pretty much the lesson. Given the roots or solutions or zeros, we work backwards to write the polynomial. Okay? All right. Let's try this one. So in letter B, our answers are -2 and positive 3. I'm going to go ahead and write it in factored form. Notice how it's in the opposite symbol. So if I solve this, it would equal -2. And if I solve this, I would give a positive 3. So make sure if you solve it, your roots or your solutions do match. Write these side by side. Now I'm not going to draw the box anymore, so if you need to pause the video, draw the box and multiply quickly, please. Go ahead and do so, and then continue the video and check your answers. Do try to pause and make sure that you are consistent with your multiplying and adding like terms. Okay? All right. If you did it correctly, the two middle terms will combine to give you -1 in the middle. Okay? And there's our polynomial. Go ahead and write down or correct anything in your notes so that you can use this for your quiz and test. All right, a few more examples. This one, it says write a quadratic equation with, and now it says quadratic, but it only gives us one, and it says roots. So underline the word roots right there. So this one's a little tricky. It says -5, so it's actually a double root. Both of my answers are the same, so that's why I only see one number. Remember, write it in factored form, so it's the opposite symbol. -5 in factored form would be +5, but I actually need two of them. So if I solve both of these, they're the same number. That's why you only see one. You just have to remind yourself that in order to make a quadratic, you do need something x squared. Then draw the box, multiply. Don't forget to multiply 4 times and add like terms. And check your work. Did you get 10x in the middle? Make sure that you are multiplying 4 times and add like terms to get that. And set it equal to 0 to have an equation. All right, that's pretty much the lesson. There's 2 more problems for your turn. Please pause the video, try both of them, and then replay the video when you're ready to check your answers. All right, did you get a chance to try them yet? All right, did you remember to put the opposite? So it should be a -3 and a +1 inside the factored, so our roots are +3 and -1. And if you multiply correctly, the middle term here should be a -2x. And last one, it said roots. So both our answers are 9, so I'd need 2 of these x minus 9s. If I solve this, I get x equals positive 9. And then check your multiplying. Did you multiply 4 times and add the 2 in the middle? All right, you should double up and get a negative 18x in the middle. And that's it. Very short lesson. Go ahead and try your homework and rewatch this